I have to start this off by saying that this right here is a phenomenal woman because she took the courage to invest in my guidance of helping her YouTube channel to get more customers for her business at a time when it was not easy for her. She's currently expecting a baby in 2 weeks, and finances were tight, but here she is 3 weeks later, and she has earned $10,000. And yes, that was because, I provided my guidance, but I will say that she is an action taker with a great head on her shoulders and just a really huge heart, Dominique. And in this video, we're going to talk about where she was before she met me, what steps that she took to experience the success, and where she is headed. So, Dominique, can you start by sharing like what you do and what it is that you're passionate about?
Yes, but I do want to first say thank you so much for just the opportunity to work with you because you said it right. Like starting out, it was tight. Things were really, really, really looking a little scary for me. And just the peace that you provided, seriously, and just the clarity. I have to thank you for that because going through such a transformational period and then having someone like you come and say, like, no, it's gonna be okay, was very helpful. But to answer your question, so I want to say thank you. And to also answer your question, my passion is to help individuals to live a life that they are 100% deserving of in terms of being able to travel, right? Like being able to be present with your children, being able to just have freedom without financial worry. And the passion stems from, me being in corporate America, having my first daughter, feeling really anxious about being away from her, but it's like, how can I take care of us and spend time with you at the same time? And I don't feel like I should have to choose between spending time with my child or working. And so that personal experience for me was like, oh, something I have to give. And I decided to embark on an entrepreneurship journey. And I started in 2020, 2021. I moved into the digital space and now we're here. So I've seen the possibilities and I've experienced the beauty of being your own boss. And as a result, I'm able to like live a life that I feel like freaking living. And we all deserve that same type of freedom. So
Mhm.
that's what passion for freedom, passion for financial freedom, location independence, and not having to stress or worry or compromise time with your family, time with your children.
That's really beautiful. And I have to share something with the audience. Dominique, what really drew me to you was that, like, I shared with you how, like, when I grew up, I actually had a single mom who didn't have a lot of money. I was like 2 when my parents divorced. And so when you shared with me, your story about, how you had a young daughter, another baby on the way, and how you and your former partner are separated, I don't know, I felt a calling. Like, this is like, me being like personal about it. Like, I don't know, I just felt strongly called to help you because I saw where you were. It's like you had all the puzzle pieces to make this into a business, and we just had to put them together. We needed to look at everything from a broad overview and just put everything together. So I know I used the metaphor of like the puzzle pieces not being totally together, but do you mind sharing a bit more about where you were before you met me? Because I know you shared that like November and December were like harder months for you financially.
Yes, I don't mind sharing at all. So, yes, like Ari said, I am an independent mother. I'm taking away the single mom thing and I'm like replacing it with something that sounds a little bit more savvy. So like independent mom. And I am grateful that not that your mother was a single mother as well, but that your experience allowed you to be in a position to resonate and to like see me. So I'm thankful for our journey. Before I met you, things were like really rough. If I can be really fully transparent, my partner and I were separating. And in doing that, there's a lot of components and moving parts because of course you have a partnership and essentially now you're going your separate ways. So you have to figure things out individually. And so before I met you, I was figuring things out individually. And I had completely neglected my business ventures, what I was doing prior to meeting you, because now I'm a stay-at-home wife, I'm a mother. And so I don't have to focus on these things because I have support. I have everything that I need. So before I met you, ooh, let's see, I don't know how long we have been separated, but October was a really slow month in business for me. November was like non-existent. And then December was just crazy. I barely cleared in 3 months, 2 grand in my business, in my meat and potatoes, like my bread and butter. So I'm, figuring things out, spending money, feeling depleted emotionally, feeling depleted financially, like really trying to figure out, okay, how do I bring all of this back together? Like I was drowning. I literally was drowning. I felt like I was drowning in terms of not having just the clarity, not having the sanity. I'm sorry. Um, well, and woke up from a nap early.
Mhm.
Um, so meeting you, meeting you was so magnetic and it was so transformational because I was going through a huge transition, trying to figure out how am I going to sustain myself with another child now? How am I going to focus? How am I going to focus on this business and make this business work, even with everything else I have going on? And honestly, like you just made everything like it was like a magic wand. Like you just made everything make sense. And I was
Mhm.
like, dang, like what was I stressing for? But when it comes down to the money piece, that was a I know that everything is always working out for us, but if I can just be real, like it got to the point where I was like, oh, how am I gonna pay for my doula expenses? Like, where is this coming from? Because looking at the numbers from October, November, December, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't happening. So I
Mhm.
needed something. I needed a transformation. I needed something to shift. And then I met you.
Mhm.
Shifted
Yeah.
all right.
So I know that, thank you. I appreciate that, by the way. And for the people listening, I want you to clearly see like what it is that me and Dominique did to get these results because she mentioned I waved a magic wand, but it actually took a lot of strategy. So I want to explain that to everyone listening so that you see that this is legit. This is something that all of you listening can model if you want to. So when I looked at Dominique's YouTube, her Instagram, she also shared that she had an email list. I saw that as like, think of like a funnel. I'll put a little diagram here so that you guys can see it, but that's top of the funnel. So Dominique had an audience, and I could tell that they were connected to her. They knew, they liked, and they trusted her, but they were hungry for more. So, in other words, they wanted more of her guidance, more of her resources. And so that's actually everyone in service to an audience to provide other tools and resources at an investment. People think, oh, that's selling, that's sleazy. No, they wanted it. It's a voluntary exchange. And so we just gave her audience what they wanted. And so what we did, think of a funnel, we told our audience that she had this $30 UGC course for sale because it was, what was it, Dominique, your 30th birthday and what else? 30 year in
Yes.
business
Yep. 30 year in business, 30th birthday,
on the 30th.
January 30th. So it
Mm-hmm.
was a lot of threes, a lot of 30s.
Right. So what we did is we told our audience, this is for sale. It was an irresistible offer. I think that one product yielded like a really big return, like 5 or 6 thousand, I think. And then what we also did is we funneled them into a 4-day workshop, 4-day live workshop where they got to interact with Dominique, ask her questions, and that was like the next level. And now where we're headed is she's about to launch a mentorship program, which is more intimate, more long-term, more hands-on to really help people to establish their online income and to move abroad, but move abroad with a sense of safety, security, and confidence in themselves. And so I just want you to see everything that we did. Every one of these offers had a web page, and we did use the tool of Kajabi to make the web pages, make the checkout pages, everything, so that we can easily bridge the gap between someone being just an audience member versus someone being a buyer of what she has, someone who she helps on an even higher level. So I just want all of you to see that bigger picture of how that all worked. So Dominique, how did that feel for you actually implementing that whole funnel and actually doing it?
Yeah, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because implementing that funnel was like the game changer for me. I'll mention this briefly, like prior to meeting you, my partner and I had a team of virtual assistants that help us. But then during the separation as well, I completely lost access to all of the support that I had. So at one point when things were automated, now that was another part of the stress. Like I had automation and now I have to do everything manually. So helping me to put together a strategy, something that is in alignment with how I feel, it's in alignment with what I'm passionate about, it's in alignment with something I can handle. It felt amazing. And it felt amazing to have such a streamlined process because I'm not used to that. I'm used to saying my virtual assistant's doing everything. And so, like I said, when I lost access to them and all of that, catching up and trying to like send follow-up emails and like, oh, and let me tell you about this other offer. Like the way you handle Kajabi is something, is like a superpower. And so seeing how what I'm passionate about, passive income, and sharing ways that I've made money to lead people into things that will benefit them, not just now, but long term, felt amazing. But to have the automated process, like to be able to use a platform that has everything I need, it almost was like, dang, like I don't even really need a VA anymore because the funnels work. And all I have to do is show up for the workshop and show up for the mentorship, which is what I love to do. And so now I can give it all of my energy because I'm not focusing on, oh my goodness, let me, like, how do I, get these products? But yeah, that $30 product that I created on Canva yielded uh like day one, the first day of the
The
of the
launch.
offer. I think it was like $2,500 like the very first day. And I was like, oh my goodness, not this $30 product doing 2,500. And then yeah, I don't know the exact number, but in 3 days, I want to say close to 6 grand, something like that, for that product. But we'll have to pull up the numbers and get the exact number. I'll share it with you and then you can share it with them. But it felt good. It felt good that I didn't have to compromise a lot of time. It felt good I didn't have to recreate something. Like you were literally like, calm down, relax. This is what we're gonna do. So just having a clear vision, having a clear plan was like, oh yes, this feels good. So it felt amazing and it relieved a lot of stress. And I will say it was fun. Like where we are in our coaching too right now, it's fun because we're leading right into like what I really, 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 really want to do. And I don't have to worry about the things that I don't want to worry about. And so the way you put it together, I'm telling you, it's a superpower. I
I
don't know
want
how
to,
you do.
I really want to say something to the people listening. I feel like I could read their minds right now. They might be thinking, that's great that Dominique was able to do that. However, like I look at Dominique and she has like 130,000 followers on Instagram, over 10,000 on YouTube, a big email list. Like, of course, it was easy for her. Everyone, that's a huge misconception that a lot of people have. You do not need to have a big audience to make this happen. You simply need to provide value and get people to know, like, and trust you. I've had people who came to me with 60 subscribers on their YouTube. All I needed to do was to offer their help on another level. Again, don't think of it like a sale. And that's why, Dominique, you were so successful with this because you don't come off as like sleazy or salesy. You come off so like genuine and authentic, and it's very magnetic. That's why for people, it was like a no-brainer to buy that course. And that's why you are where you are right now. So I just really want to tell that to the people out there listening. And again, this can be a fun process for you like Dominique was able to do. Don't think of this like tedious work. Think of this like your passion work. This should get you out of bed in the morning. And, that's why you want to choose a niche like Dominique did that she's passionate about, that she can talk about. So I just wanted to say that for the people listening. And Dominique, can you share like where most of your leads came from? Because I know you have a big Instagram audience, but most of them actually came from YouTube. Can you talk more
They
about that?
did. They did. And can I just like highlight what you said? Like social media followers does not equate to sales. It doesn't matter. In a sense, it doesn't matter. And I do have a big following. I'm not even gonna say big, like 130,000 on Instagram. But most of the participants came from YouTube. So I'm putting all this energy into Instagram, Instagram, Instagram. And after the workshop, I did a poll to find out Like, where did everyone come from? How did you find me? And they're like, YouTube. And I'm looking at myself, I'm looking at these results like, YouTube, I haven't posted a video on YouTube in a month. Like, how? And so I had been uploading shorts and stuff like that, but I didn't even think that shorts on YouTube had an impact on YouTube, people that are on YouTube. But 50% of my participants came from YouTube. And I was just blown away because before this program, I did not at all emphasize or put any emphasis on anything YouTube. I just post occasionally when I'm feeling inspired. And then I let that be the reason. But now knowing that people are impacted on YouTube, like I'm like, okay, let me go there. Let
Mhm.
me focus on that. So that was so cool. But it was literally YouTube shorts. And in the shorts, it's like, I'm talking about the workshop in the YouTube shorts. And I didn't think that that would yield conversions at all. I really thought YouTube. And I have significantly lower following on YouTube than Instagram. So
Mhm.
those results had me kind of like shook. Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show that it just data is data. And I'm grateful for the data.
Yeah. One thing I want to explain to the audience, you may be wondering, like, how is that even possible? But there's actually a reason. Like, think of the psychology of Instagram versus YouTube. When people jump onto Instagram, they're usually casually I call it mindless scrolling, just going through, seeing what's up. They're not totally invested. But when people come to YouTube, they're looking for answers, they're looking for solutions, they're looking more for human emotional connection. And so the value of a follower on YouTube, I would probably say it's 10 to 20 times more valuable. Just one subscriber is equal to like 20 followers on Instagram. So I just want all of you to see that and just the power in YouTube. If you post something on Instagram after 2 to 3 days, no one's really going to see it unless they actively go to your profile. But on YouTube, videos from 3, 4 years ago can still pick up views, can still appear in search. Imagine having a video 3 or 4 years from now that's still getting views, and you have a call to action saying, click the link below to check out my resources so that I can help you even further. That is like, it almost sounds good to be, it sounds too good to be true, but Dominique, you could stop making videos if you had that in yours, if they still appeared in search. And it's like leads, sales on autopilot. You don't got to run paid ads. You don't got to post every day on Instagram. I don't know about all of you, but like I like not being connected to social media. I like being in nature, not being disconnected. I don't want to go somewhere and feel like I have to post. That's why I just absolutely love YouTube. And Dominique, I'm so happy that like these seeds, I call YouTube video seeds. It's like you're planting seeds and later on they can sprout. Dominique, they're sprouting for you and they have fruits because like now it's leading to sales. So I'm just really happy to see it. And I'm excited too because Dominique and I are we're in what, 3 weeks of working together. We made 10 grand and we'll still be working together for what, 2.5 more months? A little
Yeah.
like 2 months. So I'm excited for the future. And Dominique, can you share with everyone like where it is that you're going, what your big vision is for like even just this year overall?
Yeah. So yeah, like huge shout out to this working because yes, 10 grand in less than 3 weeks. That's amazing. And it's not, you see like these get rich quick things and stuff like that. Like this is not at all that at all whatsoever. But this is a testament that it works. Like finding the right coach, finding someone that sees the vision, investing in yourself, it really does pay off. So the direction that I'm going. So I live in Costa Rica full time, and we have some projects going on here in Costa Rica, but ultimately I want everyone to be able to have the tools and the resources to effortlessly establish an online income and live anywhere in the world where you want to live. And if that also, yields you having some rental properties abroad or home, like whatever, I want that freedom for everyone. So we have officially curated a long overdue membership for people that are just ready for a one-stop shop per se. you're tired of going all the way around the world to figure things out. And I already did that for you. I already took one for the team. Like let me take one for the team and let me just provide you with everything that I know that works. This membership is Wealth Without Borders, and it's ultimately open to anyone that's just ready to make money online and live anywhere in the world and to have the ability to do what you want to do without worrying about anything. And so that's what we have, that I'm really excited about because I get to coach. I get to do weekly calls. I get to do co-working calls to say, like, what do you need help with this week? Like, let's get on a co-working call and let's get feedback from our peers and let's just really assess what's before us. I love that because I love community. We're integrating meditations and like it's all in alignment with my lifestyle. It's in alignment with what I believe in. And that's what I'm most excited about because I know it's going to yield the results that people are looking for. And like freedom is our birthright. Like
Yes.
at the end of the day, it's not something we need to even be compromising labor for or selling or like we deserve it. So we have that. I have I have a webinar on February the 12th. And this webinar is a free webinar for anyone that's just wanting to some insights. Like you don't really know what direction you want to go in just yet. You just want some insight. So the webinar will give insight on digital marketing, online income, living abroad. And the bigger vision is to ultimately have something where people can also take the resources you've learned and share it with your friends and share it with your family, share it with your audience, and you just make 100% full profit off of what has helped you get to where you want to be in life. So the ultimate goal is to help you establish an online income and live anywhere in the world, but to also create residual income and let's share wealth together.
Mhm.
And yeah, and then I'm just gonna focus on the babies too. Like we got a baby coming in about any day now. And so I really just want to be able to help others, but still focus on the development of my two girls.
Mhm.
And we all just deserve that level of presence with our children
Mhm.
too. So that's what we have right
Mhm.
now here today.
And
Um,
yeah, Dominique, I could tell like you are doing this for the right reasons, which is another reason why I wanted to work with you. Some people just come to me and they're like, "Yeah, I want to make money like really fast," and there's no like bigger purpose, bigger mission, but like you have that with your family, with the world at large, and even for yourself because you deserve to live your most abundant life. And everyone, I'm going to put those links down below for her webinar and her membership, but I really just want you to see that like when it comes to working with people like Dominique or myself, there's never a cost or a price. Think of it like an investment, an exchange. You put in energy, you get energy back. You see how that happened with me and Dominique, but if you work with Dominique, you really need to see what you're gonna get with this. Like she said, she did all the heavy lifting already. She knows the ins and outs, she knows what doesn't work. And so what she's gonna help you do is to move abroad with a plan that you feel comfortable with, to also do so safely and securely for your children because there's precautions you need to take, like with your health, with your personal safety. And Dominique knows it all. She's going to pass on that information to you. And then also just imagine having like a support group of like-minded people. Imagine hearing like all the hacks, like how to save money on, with traveling, with food, how to live, more comfortably, all those things. So I just really want all of you to see like what it is that you're going to get with this. Did you have anything to add on to that, Dominique?
Not necessarily. Just how comfortably you can live abroad. Just speaking on the abroad piece, because a question I get a lot is like, why did you leave America? Like, why would you go live abroad? And ultimately, it's because my environment allows me to live very, very, very comfortably without breaking the bank. And I do have a level of support. We have a housekeeper, we have a nanny, we have a beautiful school locally where my baby is learning Spanish and English. And like, it's just so amazing to have access to things that are in your highest and best interest without literally like depleting your account. And I'm not like we pay great wages here, but those wages are still way significantly less than before. So that's the only thing I really want to add is to be open-minded about how much more comfortable a life abroad can be for you and children and for your personal health. My prenatal doctor is in the middle of the jungle. Like it's a clay office. There's no internet. There's crystals and waterfalls. And like when we go there, we're completely disconnected from everything. We don't use any technology, yet I can hear my baby's heartbeat. My doctor is able to tell me like exactly what position the baby is in, like no ultrasounds or anything like that. And I just love it because it's like nature and it's like who we are to the core. And I feel like collectively, we just kind of been stripped of that. So that's the only thing I wanted to add, just being open to being reconnected and going back to your true nature and doing what's best for you, your well-being.
Hmm.
Um, that's what the membership is also. That's why I love the membership. But that's all. That's all I
Hmm.
wanted to add.
No, that's beautiful. That resonated with me. You're making me want to move abroad. I actually used to talk about that on my channel, like connecting with nature, eating the right foods, like not being on technology. And I just want everyone to see that, like, how transformative, like, this journey is. It's like really phenomenal. So again, everyone, I'll put those links down below. Feel free to reach out to me or Dominique if you have any questions, or you can leave a comment. But yeah, me and Dominique will continue posting about our journeys. And so be sure to follow us because we want to take you along for the ride.
Yes, thank you. And thank you for hosting this and allowing the space to share my experience with you because I really want everyone to know who you are because you are the truth of every single investment I made. Of course, when you invest in good intentions, because you're investing in yourself, but this has been one that I am like over the moon about. I'm
Mhm.
so grateful for this, but I know that you came when I was ready to receive exactly what I am deserving of because I don't know if I would have been in receptive mode 6 months ago or 7 months ago, but I'm in receptive mode and I have you and I just want to say thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you for today. Thank you for the last 3 weeks. Thank you for what
Mhm.
we're going to do together in the future. And thank you for like, I know this is on topic, but off topic, but like the Kajabi support that has been a game changer. So I don't know if you have like a Kajabi link that you can share with those that don't already have Kajabi or something
Yep,
like that.
I'll put it below.
But like anyone watching, like if you were on the fence about Kajabi, don't be on the fence about it. Go for it. Click that link also. And that was a really good decision that I made. So
Good.
Kajabi
I'm
for
glad.
the win, Mari for the win. Like, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dominique. That really means a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate it. But thanks everyone for watching. I'll see all of you soon. Bye.